Lewis Smith here of MMA UK, post-fight at CW104 with the remaining champion, Jack Tankshaw. And still, Jack, how does that feel, buddy?
Yeah, it feels great, Lou. Obviously, it went the way I thought it was going to go. I knew he would come out strong in the first round. When you're a lifelong martial artist like Scott, he's two-time Commonwealth judo champ, so you've obviously been training all his life. They got a certain type of strength and demeanour when they first come out, so I knew it was going to be a matter of weathering the storm. My coaches said, look, just keep it durable, work him in the exchanges, which I did, and you know, we'll start to take over. I popped him a few shots in the second round, and that mid-kick took the life out of him a little bit. But all respect to him, you know, he carried himself like myself in the build-up, you know, respectful, true martial artist, no shit talk for the sake of talking it, you know, we both come there to scrap, and that's what we did, and I'm thankful to get the victory.
Yeah. I mean, no one underestimated Scott coming at this. A lot of people actually thought he was going to get a win over you. In terms of the actual fight itself, stylistically, it was very close first round, like you said. He shot in for a lot of takedowns. Was that something you felt coming in, that he wouldn't be able to sustain that constant repeat of shooting, you getting back up, shooting, you getting back up?
Well, people that seem to underestimate my wrestling defence, you know, the boys I'm wrestling with in the gym are all old school wrestling guys. You know, right away from that, right away through the young up and coming amateurs who can wrestle, especially with our coaches, Shakes and Parker. You know, we all wrestle heavy. So, you know, I know that to get me down, you've got to work to get a takedown. You might get me down, but to keep me down again, you're going to have to work. And I knew if he got a takedown, it would be a matter of get back up, make him work. I knew if he got the clinch, it would be a matter of just making him work. And, you know, it takes a lot more energy than what it's worth to take me down and keep me down. So I knew coming in, if I could just keep getting up or keep defending that takedown, that he would start to burn, and obviously that's what went on to happen.
And you're striking as well, as the rounds as the second round went on, it just seemed that he was holding in, starting to hit him. Was that something you felt in there? Yeah,
southpaw's always tricky, obviously. First round, it's just a matter of finding that range. Obviously, everyone strikes different. It's not like boxing where, you know, you have a couple of rounds to feel each other out. The first round's always iffy. Second round, I felt like I found my range. I was making him miss a lot more. I don't know if you could see it in there, but it was the early part of the second and first was a matter of making him miss, working out the timing, and then obviously towards the end of the second and third, I started to pick my shots then, and I felt, you know, I was landing my jab, my straight right, and then obviously I started to land my kicks, which eventually, you know, I think the big kick did the damage that led to the end of the fight. Obviously, I know it was the round before, but you could see it took a good bit of wind out of him.
And obviously then the finish, you've been called the backpack Jack Shaw before. Can you talk us a little bit through the finish now, how that sort of went through once you passed guard?
Yeah, I know once I hit that position, I'm capable of finishing anyone in the world. My style on top is obviously top pressure heavy. I've got nasty ground and pound with my elbows, and I know if I can slice through to that half guard mount sort of position, then I'm capable of getting anyone out of there. And I could hear he was tired when I was on top, and I knew as soon as I hit full mount, I thought, right, just punish him now till he turns and get that submission.
Yeah. And then on to the next one now for you. Where do you think that will be? Obviously, you've got a lot of your fans now. You've got a huge fan base in Wales. A lot of them wanted to see you again in Cardiff. A lot of them want you to leave and go on to, you know, bigger things with the UFC. What's your thoughts now on what's going to be next for you?
If I'm honest, I love fighting for Cage Warriors, and I love fighting in front of everyone at Wales. You know, to get a reception like that, obviously, blows me every time. But I've just taken out the two top guys in Europe behind me. You know, I'm at the top of the tree. Second and third is obviously Scott and Mike, and I've just took them out quite, you know, in quite dominant fashion with the both of them. So, you know, you could argue that there's not a lot left for me to prove, perhaps on the European circuit. You know, I've proven I'm the top dog in Europe, and I would love the opportunity to go on to prove I'm one of the best in the world. Now, obviously, fight in the UFC or whatever. But if that doesn't come, like I keep saying, you know, I'll happily come back to Wales and fight in front of everyone. I love fighting in Wales. Especially the ice arena now feels like a second home to me. This is my third fight year, and the event just gets bigger and bigger every time. But it'd be nice to go and show the level I'm at on the world scale. But again, if we gotta get another one under our belt, then so be it.
I think it's one of the big things is, you know, you've looked better every performance up until now. If that is your last performance with Cage Warriors and in Wales, definitely a good one to go out on, would you say?
Oh, no doubt. I keep saying I'm getting better every fight. Obviously, I would, you know, from fight to fight, I'm constantly evolving, constantly adding new tools, constantly getting sharper. So it's a great fight to go out on. Obviously, the fight before that was a dominant victory. The fight before that was a dominant victory. It's getting better and better every time. And I'm showing my arsenal and my variety every time. So it was a great one. You know, it was a great ovation from the crowd, and you know, I just loved every minute of it.
Yeah. Jack Shaw, and still champion.
Can I just say as well, This is Mystic Lewis, because everyone else on these prediction shows seem to spew out a bit of rubbish about, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this, I'm not going to be able to do that. Lewis knows the score. If Lewis says I'm going to win, chuck a bet on it. It's a safe bet.
There we are. Cheers for that, Tank Boy.